NEC section 250.118 explicitly states that the grounding electrode conductor shall not be attached to the exterior of conduit, other raceways, boxes, or other enclosures. This is a critical safety regulation within the National Electrical Code. It is important to understand why this rule exists and what the consequences of violating it could be. The purpose of the grounding electrode conductor, or GEC, is to provide a low impedance path to F for fault current. This path is essential for the proper operation of overcurrent protective devices such as circuit breakers and fuses. When a fault occurs, meaning an unintentional electrical connection between a live conductor and a grounded surface, a large current will flow through the grounding electrode conductor back to the source. This high current causes the overcurrent protective device to trip, quickly disconnecting the circuit and preventing electrical shock or fire hazards. Now, consider the scenario where the grounding electrode conductor is attached to the exterior of a metal conduit. While the conduit itself is likely grounded, the connection between the grounding electrode conductor and the conduit might not be as reliable or low impedance as required. There are several reasons for this. Firstly, the method of attachment, such as using tie-ups, is not designed or listed for grounding purposes. These types of connections can loosen over time due to vibration, temperature changes, or corrosion, increasing the impedance of the grounding path. Secondly, the surface of the conduit may not be clean or free from corrosion, which can also impede the flow of current. Thirdly, the conduit itself may have high impedance connections at its joints, especially if it is not properly installed or maintained. If the grounding electrode conductor is attached to the exterior of a non-metallic conduit, the situation is even worse. Non-metallic conduit does not provide a conductive path to ground, so attaching the grounding electrode conductor to it offers no effective grounding whatsoever. In either case, if a fault occurs, the current will not flow as readily through the grounding electrode conductor. This can result in a higher voltage on grounded metal parts, increasing the risk of electric shock. It can also delay or prevent the overcurrent protective device from tripping, potentially leading to overheating, arcing, and fire. The NEC mandates that the grounding electrode conductor be installed in a manner that ensures a reliable, low-impedance path to ground. This typically involves running the grounding electrode conductor directly to the grounding electrode, such as a ground rod, ground plate, or the metal water pipe. When the grounding electrode conductor needs to be protected from physical damage, it must be installed inside a suitable raceway. However, the code specifically prohibits attaching the grounding electrode conductor to the exterior of that raceway. Instead, the grounding electrode conductor must be run inside the raceway, ensuring that it is physically protected and electrically connected to the grounding electrode in a reliable manner. Violating this code section can have serious consequences. It can compromise the safety of the electrical system and increase the risk of electrical shock, fire, and equipment damage. Electrical inspectors will typically flag this as a major violation and require it to be corrected immediately. To comply with NEC section 250.118, follow these guidelines. Firstly, ensure that the grounding electrode conductor is run directly to the grounding electrode without being attached to the exterior of any conduit, raceway, box, or enclosure. Secondly, if physical protection is needed, use a suitable raceway, such as rigid metal conduit, electrical metallic tubing, or PVC conduit, and run the grounding electrode conductor inside the raceway. Thirdly, make sure all connections are made properly and are tight and free from corrosion. Fourthly, use only listed and approved connectors and fittings for grounding purposes. Fifthly, inspect the grounding system regularly to ensure that it is in good condition and that all connections are secure. In addition to NEC section 250.118, there are other related NEC sections that provide guidance on grounding electrode conductor installation. For example, NEC section 250.64 covers the requirements for grounding electrode conductor installation, including the size, material, and routing of the conductor. NEC section 250.66 specifies the size of the grounding electrode conductor based on the size of the service entrance conductors. NEC section 250.68 covers the requirements for connecting the grounding electrode conductor to the grounding electrode. NEC section 250.70 specifies the methods for making connections to the grounding electrode system. It is important to be familiar with all of these related NEC sections to ensure that the grounding system is installed correctly and safely. The grounding electrode conductor is a critical component of the electrical system. It provides a vital safety function by providing a low impedance path to ground for fault current. By following the requirements of NEC section 250.118 for and other related NEC sections, you can ensure that the grounding electrode conductor is installed correctly and that the electrical system is safe and reliable. Remember that proper grounding is essential for protecting people and property from the hazards of electricity.